Hi, I'm Tim Lewis and welcome to video blog number 17. Today we will do seated people in passenger cars. Before I go any further, yes, this is an easy thing to do, but with the COVID-19 lockdown, there isn't any new run videos coming out anytime soon. So for now, it will be product reviews, compilations, or video blogs. Each person has a different method to putting passengers in their cars. Here are the tools that you might need: a screwdriver, a pair of needle nose pliers, and glue. Also, some figures, as you can see there. Here we have two Rail King New York Central passenger cars. The type of car varies how many people you can put in a car. Here we have a sleeper and a diner. You will see the differences in interior in a minute, thus showing our limitations. The first step is very important, and that is hand strength and patience. For this process, take the screwdriver, undo the screws. On certain cars it varies, and check the manual or diagrams on how each car is done. Usually the screws are pretty clear. For these two cars right here, there should be two screws, one on each end. When taking apart the car, avoid using a screwdriver to remove the roof. On these cars, they have the roof that lifts up. The side frames stay still and nothing comes from the bottom. Next, once you get the screw apart, take the screws and put them in the roof of the car you just took apart once the roof is clear. So let me explain. Obviously the roofs do come up, but the other thing is, with the screwdriver, if you were to try to pry it in, you could scratch the paint on the car. So now I'm going to show you guys the car, how to take it apart. We're going to start off with the diner. So there's two screws, and I'm going to bring it up. This hole down here, if you guys can see it, it is a more deeper hole. The one that's out, the smaller screw, do not use that. That will remove the interior. So I'm going to put that screw there for now, and then when I get the roof out, I will put the screws in the roof. There we go. And now this is the fun part. So what I usually do is I put my hand right around the top of one of the roofs, and I just sit there and I just walk it off, and eventually it'll come off. And there we go. Just kind of pull it off, and it pulls off like this. Here's the roof. Alright. So let's take a look at the interior real quick. I'm going to put it like this. So as you guys can tell, this is going to be a very limited space job. So there's going to be a lot of modifications. I did forget to mention that you will probably need a pair of scissors. So I have a pair of scissors right here, and those will be used to cut the legs off the figures, because some of the figures will need to have their legs cut off to fit in the car. Now the pliers will come in handy for this next step. What you will do is you'll take a figure and find a potential landing spot. So what I usually do is I put the figure's head, grab it by its head, and I just kind of fit it. And what I'll usually do is I'll sit here, and if I find it's a good spot, I'll cut the legs off. So I usually cut them right about here. So let's try that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And there we go. So now his legs are cut like that. The next step is gluing, and I've used the plastic modeling glue from Elmer's, but I've been using the school glue, which helps as well. So what I do is I just put a little bit on the back and a little bit on the figurine's rear, and just set it in the seat, and just like that. So I'll show you guys the car real quick. You can see the little guy sitting right there. And once I'm done with the car, I will bring you guys back to show you the car fully interiored. One more thing is, if you have any issues with putting the figures in place, which is currently what I'm going to be doing, they don't have to be set in stone. You can come back a little bit later and do some moving to adjust the figures, because there's a lot of train cars I have that I've had to do that, go back and reopen the cars and fix the figures because they're either leaning forward, leaning sideways, or they've fallen off completely. So after you put all the figures in the cars, let them sit for at least an hour to 2 hours before putting the lid back on. So here is the finished cars. Now I will show you guys what I did for a figure that I put in the diner car. You see this, the figurine right here has two people tied together. So what I did was I cut their legs off and I basically glued them to basically look like they're in one row with each other. I can probably put these back together by putting the car vertically straight up, but because I don't want to have the figures fall if the glue is not secure, I'm just going to let them sit. Anyways, this wraps up this video blog. Thank you guys for watching. Please like this video and subscribe for more videos. I plan to do a review of the Lionel Hotbox Reefer car real soon, so keep an eye out for that. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.